The soft light of sunset filled the apartment. Van was in the kitchen, cooking a dinner. The smell of fried vegetable and spices spread in the air. She moved quickly, tying her hair in a loose bun, tasting the curry. In the living room, her 6-year-old son, Dongman, sat on the floor, playing with his toy cars and building blocks. He was making engine sounds with his mouth, fully lost in his little world. Suddenly, the man door opened. Jungkook stepped inside, tired after a long journey, but smiling. Dongman looked up, his face brightened immediately. Cookie, you are back? Jungkook curved into a smile. He dropped his bag and opened his arms. Dongman ran toward him and hugged him tightly. Jungkook hugged him back and lifted him in his arms. Seems like my body missed me, Jungkook said softly. Dongman pulled back and nodded happily. I brought lots of toys and chocolate for you from La. Jungkook added. Dongman's eyes widened. Really? Yes. Jungkook laughed. Dongman shouted in excitement and clapped his hands. Jungkook chuckled, enjoying the boy's happiness. Just then Wan walked out from the kitchen, wiping her hands on a towel. Her eyes met Jungkook's. For a moment, everything went silent. Then she said casually, stop smiling him. Jungkook gently placed Dongman on the floor. Be a good boy, Dongman. Always remember that. Dongman nodded seriously. They both did their usual buddy high-five. Pan shook her head, but a small smile appeared on her. Go wash your head, she told Dongman. Dinner is almost ready. Dongman ran off excitedly to his room to check the toys Jungkook brought. Now only Jungkook and Van stood in the living room. A quiet filled the air. You come back after 2 days, then you said dead. Van said softly. Jungkook replied, his eyes still on her, but I came back. Their eyes held a meaning only they understood. The apartment was a quiet. Dongman was a fast in his room. Moonlight slipped through the curtains, lightly the bedroom. Softly, Jungkook beside Ryan on the bed. Both of them, after making, he pulled the bed sheet over them gently. They turned their heads and looked at each other. There was always that tension, that pull they could never ignore. Slowly, Jungkook reached out and brushed a strand of hair from her face. Ryan's gaze softened. Their meet in a slow, not rushed, but full of. They kept hidden all days. When they finally pulled away, Jungkook rested his forehead against hers. No matter what I do, I can never you, he whispered. Van gave a small smile. Then don't hold yourself back. A playful smirk appeared on Jungkook's face. He leaned closer again. Get ready, he murmured softly. Tonight is going to be long. Van eyes sparkled. I don't mind if it's about you, my neighbor. They both laughed quietly, then held each other again, not just with her, but with a comfort they found only in each other's arms. Outside, the night stayed silent, keeping their secret safe. Other point of view. So Jungkook and Van both have a. It all started when Jungkook shifted in the new apartment as a neighbor of Van. There was something between them they could not and ended up in each other's. Van is a single mother. Her husband on her with her sister, so she gave him a divorce and left him with her son because she does not want to leave her son to a man. For the past few years, Van is raising her son alone. She works in a well-known company, so financial problem never come in her life. She could do anything on her hard work and talent. It's been a 3 months since Jungkook is shifted here and 2.5 months since the relationship started, which has a name but everything for them. Jungkook is a CEO and run his own successful company. He was never interested in, but he was a kind of did when he was on stage. Wan and Jungkook knows about each other past. Jungkook was the first to open about himself to Wan, and when he heard about Wan past, he felt the urge to give her a happiness. The market was crowded, noisy, Wan walked slowly with a Dongman beside her, holding a two vegetable bags in a one hand. Dongman was happily talking about his school day while swinging his small water bottle. Mama, today teacher gave me a star, he said proudly. Wan smiled softly. Really, Mai is doing so well. They started walking back toward their apartment. The street lights were turning on as the evening slowly settled. Suddenly, Dongman stopped walking. Mama, Cookie is here. Went from where? Dongman pointed across the road. Wan looked in that direction and crossed. Jungkook was there. He was walking beside a woman in formal clothes. They were talking something seriously while walking toward a hotel. Within a second, both of them entered the hotel and disappeared inside. Wan's finger tightened around the vegetable bag. Her heart felt heavy. Mama, let's go to Cookie. Dongman said excitedly and tried to turn toward the hotel. But Wan quickly held his hand. No. Dongman looked up at her, but did not argue. He was an obedient child. He simply nodded and stood quietly beside her. Wan slowly took out her phone from a purse and called Jungkook. After a few seconds, he picked up. Where are you right now? Jungkook's voice came. I'm at work right now. Why do you want me to bring us something while coming back home? Wan stayed silent for a moment. Nothing. No, she said softly. Before Jungkook could say anything else, she ended the call. Her felt that she forced a small smile and looked at Dongman. Let's go home. Dongman nodded and held her hand tightly. They both walked home quietly. The apartment was calm. Jungkook entered a wine house after taking a shower in his own apartment. His hair was still, and he wore a comfortable home clothes. He smiled as he walked into the living room. Champ, I brought your favorite pastries. Dongman immediately looked up, eyes shining with a joy. Really? Jungkook chuckled and placed the pastry boxes on the table. Of course, sir. Thank you, Cookie. Dongman said happily and quickly picked one pastry, starting to eat. Jungkook watched him with a soft smile. Then his eyes shifted to Ryan. I brought for you also, he said gentle. I don't want to eat. Wan replied coldly. She stood up and walked into the kitchen. Jungkook frowned slightly confused. He looked at Dongman. Buddy, you eat, I'm coming. Dongman nodded, too busy enjoying his pastry. In the kitchen, Wan was stirring a soup in a pan, her back facing the door. Jungkook quietly entered and wrapped his arms around her from behind. What happened today, hmm? Nothing. Leave me. Dongman will see us, she said, trying to move away. Not before you tell me why your mood is off, he murmured, one sigh. Jungkook did not waste your time here. You have a lots of important work more than me. Jungkook gently turned her around to face him. Why? She asked, her eyes filled with emotion. Jungkook's expression softened. Because you are most important to me. One coughed lightly, visible on her face. Really? Then what were you doing with that woman? The one you went into the hotel with her today? Jungkook frowned for a second, then understood. Oh, that woman, he said softly. She's the manager of that hotel. He continued calmly. The hotel belongs to me. I just went there to check if everything was running properly. Nothing else. One looked at him carefully. Are you saying the truth? Jungkook nodded. Yes, man, I know. Because of my past, you doubt me. But trust me, from the day I saw you, I never thought about other woman except you. Once has gave at his sincere words. Why? She asked quietly. Jungkook stepped closer, his eyes full of emotion. Because I want you as my wife, my home. I want to tell the world you are, and I want you more than this secret relationship we have. Tear filled Wan's eyes. Jungkook gently wiped them away with his thumb. Why will you give me a chance to? I wanna just promise I'll show you my and care every day. Wan nodded slowly, hugging me tightly. I'm scared, Cook, she whispered, while crying softly because of my past. But with you, I feel like maybe I'll finally receive someone's. Jungkook held her close and smiled gently with my whole heart. In the quiet kitchen, they stay in each other's arms, holding hope for a new beginning.